What's up, guys? It's going down, man. I guess they got rid of the Hot 97 and WBLS don't give a don't say that. Well, they got rid of Hot 97. Ebro, Laura Stylez, and Peter Rosenberg laid off from Hot 97, man. So yeah, let's get into this. Find out what's going on, guys. It's real out there in the field. It's real out there.
Guys for continuing to rock with me. News broke yesterday that Hot 97 is no more. And Ebro, who is kind of sort of the face of Hot 97, for a long time has been fired from the radio station, and we'll get into his reaction shortly. But this is courtesy of TMZ, and I just want to give you the cliff notes before we go into what Ebro said about the radio station. He says Hot 97 and WBLS don't give a F about hip hop or black music. All right. So he get on this long rant, and we're gonna get into that video shortly. But it says Hot 97 bills itself as a number one for hip hop, but Ebro Darden is telling the world that it's all a lie. Goes on to say the longtime Hot 97 figurehead abruptly had his Ebro in the Morning nationally syndicated radio show canceled on Friday. I don't know who was syndicating this show, because the only syndicated show that I'm aware of that kind of sort of speaks to the hip hop community is the Breakfast Club, but we'll get there also shortly.
Hey, I like what Anton Daniels talk about this one, man. I like what Anton Daniels talk about this one. Gives a lot of insight to what's going on, man. Um, where he's coming from, and I really appreciate this. His commentary, Anton Daniels' commentary, is real, straight to the facts, straight to the point. I like his approach. He approach like me. We look at things on an economic base and American base, not from a different race bait situation or race relations, black culture, Hispanic culture. We know these are cultural groups, but we're looking at it from the business perspective, you know, and he's gonna give you a little insight on that. And you see the ones that go with the race baiting culture and all this other stuff. Hey man, identity politics are real. I respect everybody's ideals. I might not agree with them at all, but if you get caught up in that, that's your thing. Go with it. But at the end of the day, it's still a business. Everything's a business, and I think Anton Dane is going to reply to that. And what's your opinion? If you're not making numbers, and every business have a metrics of how they receive that you're producing something positive for their financial contribution to that business model, whatever that business, media, music, television, any forms of entertainment, radio, broadcasting, journalism, anything. There's a metric behind it to say, are you successful or not successful? And I think that's the reality. The reality is, if you're not successful, it's going to show. And like anybody with common sense, it's a capitalism system. If you're not producing, you might have was good for 5, 10 years, but then you start producing 15. You start losing numbers. Man, we love what you did for 15 years, but hey, next year's a new year. You can't, and I think that's a human conditioning. Humans get caught on what they did yesterday, not what they're doing today. And when you're looking at it from a business perspective, we like what you did yesterday, but what about today? Because things are still generating every year. We on an annual thing, man, and we still living. And so if you don't produce at the level you yesterday, and you're not producing, we're gonna give you some gonna give you a break. Some might cut you right there. Look at the NFL. Look at all these kind of other teams. NBA. A lot of teams they got form leagues. They got other side leagues. They got minor leagues. They don't play. They'll move you around fast because it don't benefit that roster. Don't benefit the progress of the team. Yeah, it's always a cut list. It's always, man. You can get drafted. You've seen people get drafted and get cut. It's not a game out here. So don't think one business model don't do it, then the other one won't do it neither. And if you get caught up in somebody's language of trying to sell you on some ideal like, oh, they on some this and that, instead of looking at it from a business perspective, economics perspective, uh, I tell anybody, look at everything from economics perspective first and foremost. But without further ado, let me know what you think about my statement, my reaction to this so far, what you think about it, and watch his behavior in towards the end of this video. You'll see watch some people act like superstars, man, and they had a good run, and maybe that's how they measure their ego or their comfortability. Like they might not be comfortable no more because they got let go. Because this still like a job, that's like a job. You get paid to be there, man. You got to show up and produce, and you can get comfortable and stagnate in your position. You know that many people had jobs. I was stagnated because some jobs I had over the years, and some companies went under. But you'll get laid off. I've been laid off. I've been companies went bankrupts. So there's always reason why we don't know everything behind closed doors and what they're doing. Because you ain't the money man. You ain't the person that got the bag. You are in the system of this business model. And some people get big headed. I'm not saying no names. I'm just saying some people get big headed, think they're more than what they are, and think because they might know a couple numbers here and there, and they might do this to make you feel important, but you're really not important in the long scheme of things. And then you, at certain situations like this, you might find out that you're not important. What do you guys think? What's your opinion? Let me know. Subscribe down below. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, it's real. It's real. Hey, like I always say, it's real in the field,
It
man.
says nationally syndicated show was canceled on Friday, leaving him, Peter Rosenberg, and Laura Stylez as the latest hip hop media correspondents without a home base. He says it's done. It's more to come. Billboard, Rolling Stone, Vibe, and several hip hop centric employees with a major record label system have since had their cultural positions evaporated within a few months. Ebro told his followers he had been warning of an approaching doomsday. This is what he had, what people are posting online. It says, and anyone want to talk about how all these layoffs are predominantly targeting Black and brown journalists, like 95% across every outlet that I've heard of. So it's bleak out there, which I disagree with. I think it's just about ratings. It's all about money. You know what I'm saying? They had a phenomenal run. They had been on, almost close to 30 years, way back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? When you think about Flex and hip hop and Ebro in the morning and all of the people that went up to the radio station, it's just changing times. It's a changing tide. And they don't have no motion. If you go and look at their numbers on YouTube, if you go and look at their numbers on other platforms, how they compete against the Breakfast Club, which is in the same market as them, they just ain't got no motion no more. And nobody cares. They don't have any power to gatekeep, which is one of the things that we were arguing about last night. On After Hours, I said the radio vet broke his silence shortly after the announcement and explained the Ebro in the morning shut down in cryptic mode. He says, according to Ebro, all of the major outlets are currently scrambling in efforts to renew their deals and licenses, and said this brash, outspoken, anti-government views are bad for white America's business. Says almost, we gonna deep dive into this, all right? Almost 19 years later, it comes to a close. So they basically had a 20-year run. You had a 20-year run and you ain't got no motion no more. You got to let it go. Almost 19 years later, it come to a close. Longest tenured morning host ever at the station. Became friends with my heroes. The future is very exciting, but I feel with gratitude. This is Rosenberg, right?
Yeah, you do it right.
For the past. Oh man, Ebro plucked me out of obscurity in DC and put this mic in my hand. No, imagine this. I'm kind of a hip hop kid, DC, blah, 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 blah. We'll get into that. Laura Stylez says we had the best time, most beautiful listeners, and got to work with legends I love. Got you. He claims they simply care about giving nerdy rich friends access to concerts so Hot 97 can sleaze into their pockets. Academics reacted to it and said, cancers to the culture, Ebro and Rosencook have been both fired from Hot 97. Rest in peace. It's crazy. So a lot of people are reacting to it. Obviously, I'm going to stay on top of it. But I think that the biggest thing to take from this whole thing is that they were legends at one point in time in the radio sphere. They were gatekeepers at one point in time because everything at one point in time went through New York. And so if you wanted to get on or you wanted some visibility, and it looked like, I remember when he was telling, it wasn't Lil Yachty, it was Uzi Vert. And he was telling Uzi Vert that these young dudes ain't gonna last. It looks like Uzi Vert outlasted Ebro and Laura Stylez and Rosenberg in the morning in New York. And also, they have been getting their ass kicked and they never recovered from, suffering from what was going on. And the Breakfast Club outdoing them. And I think that the Breakfast Club had a large say in killing them and destroying their platform. And also, You got changing tides when it comes to streaming. People no longer, and they should have realized this a long time ago. People no longer had to go through New York in order to get on. People no longer, even when it comes to visibility on these platforms, they don't have to worry about, what other people are. If you got motion, you don't need them. Actually, a lot of these other platforms with these creators and all of these people realize is that they need you more than you need them. So my prediction, and I'm gonna play his response now. My prediction is that they're all gonna go the same route, is trying to go to the place that they dissed a long time ago. I remember everybody used to diss YouTube, oh, you a YouTuber and all of this stuff. Now we got the motion, and now we got all of the platforms, and everybody want to come into this space as independent creators and thinkers. And it don't mean that you're gonna be successful just because you had a previous name, because this is a new wave and a new opportunity for people to get noticed. So this
Hey, I'm with Anton James right there. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a grind over here, man. See, like a lot of them names, guys. Y'all gotta remember, these guys was working at media companies. That stuff go with them. You can't use that Hot 97 no more. Once you off and on, unless you own that copyright that it uses owned by the record label or some entertainment company, and that goes with them. You can't take that. Once that's all gone and you out, you're separated from that. Or like whatever music, you're separated from Capitol Records, you're separated from whatever records it was, Def Jam, you're separated. You're no longer on Def Jam. That's what people rappers used to get. I'm on Def Jam. I'm a label. I'm on a label, man. I'm picked up by a label, man. I got label protection. I got label backing, and that's what it was. Branding. It's branding. But like these media giants, comparative. Uh, Once you separate that, you're back to being just who your real name is. You know what I mean? So when they get on YouTube, they gonna really do the shootout. They gonna do the shutout. They gonna try to use their leverage, their last position. But I tell any YouTuber, man, don't let nobody play you out your spot. They was a legend inside, or what they want to be called, inside of Hot 97. That was over at that media radio station. Now they come to YouTube. You're just a YouTuber. You're at the bottom. And that Hot 97 YouTube channel was Hot 97's. It wasn't his. It was unless they owned it. Right, I owned. And I don't think too many companies would allow them to do that because they want some of that paper too. So that's going to be more likely that's going to be owned by Hot 97. So that's going to go with the media company, the entertainment organization, the media, the mogul. See, they got fired. I mean, not fired, but I'm sorry, laid off. So being laid off, meaning you're separated from, you're laid off. That means you was an employee of a company, or you was contracted, or whatever. You worked for this company. So now you just Mike from Brooklyn. You're back to being Mike from Brooklyn. Hope you did so much of money. Hope you did leverage yourself. I wish the best all of them. You just Peter Rosenberg from DC. You're no longer on Hot 97. That goes with them billionaires, the millionaires up there. So now they come back here. I tell any YouTuber, don't let nobody leverage you and uh, uh, um, and use your platform to build their name back up. Because once they leave, like comedians, anybody, once they leave, you gotta understand if you're gonna get sucked out, that's what kind of what Anton is speaking on. We work hard to get in this platform. I've been doing this, man. Seriously, this I grind, guys. 18 hours, I grind. 16, 18 hours, 24 hours, I grind to get to where I'm at, and I don't have a lot. And I know how hard to come from the bottom on this YouTube. You gotta be consistent. I lost 40 hours. I don't complain. I didn't go no line like I see people on these lines calling the YouTube channel and saying, "Hey guys, I don't know why I lost this. I like that." No, I just kept it pushing. I said, "Okay, I'm gonna work double hard now. Okay, I'm gonna work triple hard now. I'm gonna go at it hard because I see this as a hobby content, first and foremost I see it as a business platform, and I can elevate my business model. I'm telling you guys, do not let nobody play you out your position. You're a YouTuber. If you become a YouTuber and you're a partner, don't let nobody come in from an outside entity and on their own and flip you out of your position. That's like somebody being from a neighborhood and they was known in the neighborhood. They go away and they ain't got nothing to come back and they come back. I'm not saying where they go away to, but they come back and they come back 20 years later and they trying to act like, you remember I was like this? Remember I was, man, woo. That's what some rappers have said, man. I remember you had it back then. You ain't got it today. And I'm not gonna let you leverage what you had yesterday on to me today, because I didn't work hard, bust my butt to get to where I'm at, and you coming to me because of where I'm at, not because right now, right down the street, hey, see old man Jeff, see homeless bum Johnson, see Sally Sue homemaker, used to be Sally Sue homemaker, now she's over on the corner. You knew all these, but you didn't went to none of them. You came directly to me, so you want something from me. Always protect your interests. Always protect your latitude, your longitude, your altitude. You understand me? Your vertical is must be. You must always understand your vertical and understand people coming around. You're coming for a purpose, you know, and be mindful of that. So always watch out for that. And because I'm talking to YouTube because I'm a YouTuber, and I really appreciate. I know how hard the grind is, and these people didn't have to grind. They came on a platform. You're building yourself up on a platform and getting recognized. Although I'm traveling the country, I'm going to go travel the country again on my program I put together with other YouTubers I've seen did things that I'm incorporate certain concepts, ideals, and put my blueprint together and go out there and manifest it. And of course, I meet stars. Hey man, and what you do an interview with me? I ain't doing no interview because I know the purpose of you doing an interview with them is to get them something. It ain't for you, bro. It's for them. Remember that. Guard your gold, guard your treasures, and this is especially if you build up from the ground like I did. But check this out. Let's continue on. What's your opinion? What you think about what I said? Leave a comment down below. If you agree or don't agree, let me know you like it. Turn on your notification. Let me know. This is a reaction, man. This is powerful. It's a new move. I told everybody 2026 is going to be a new year. It ain't even hit. 2026 going to look different. It's going to be major changes.
What was his reaction to the whole situation?
Told y'all a couple of weeks ago when they tried to run that Andrew quote.
Hey guys, I pause again. Watch his behavior. I don't know Ebro. I thought he was a cool, sort of cool dude. On how he carried himself on the Hot 97. I heard things both. I like manipulate. I like how he moved. His manipulative moments. I like it the way he think. But I don't know the dude. But watch how he move. Watch his body language. Watch how he move. Watch how he handle stuff. It's up here. The rapper 50 Cent talked about it. Other people talked about it. But watch it. Watch his nonverbal communication. You'll see a lot in there.
Homo play on me. Remember that?
Your car insurance company holds.
Yeah, he gonna show you a lot of moves that he's doing that you'll understand without saying it. You just seen it. It's amazing when you really understand. Right there. Right there.
And then they tried, when the Trumpster got in office. Listen, man, I don't capitulate well, bro. Been doing this too long. If you look around all the major media outlets.
See, he's coming. See, he said he don't capitulate, but he bring up Trump. Ain't nobody saying nothing about Trump. This where he's starting at. Ain't nobody talk about politics. He's bringing this all up out of something because it's on his head. It's on his head, on his mind. So let's see where he go with this. But remember that.
Look at all the major media outlets, man. All of them. Look at all of them. They all got to fold up because they all trying to renew their deals, their licenses. They all, well, in this particular situation, we'll get into more specifics another time. Bro's a casino owner. You know those 3 licenses that they got here in New York City for the casinos? The guy that owns one of the casinos licenses. He got to raise $500,000, bro. $500 million, excuse me. They need my shit talking anti-Netanyahu, anti-government progressive out the way, bro. They need me out the way. They trying to get to these bags that these VCs got, raise some capital. They don't really care, like, especially for like a Hot 97 and a WBLS. They don't give a fuck about hip hop or black music or black community. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They give a fuck about access. They give a fuck about being able to bring their little nerdy friends to the concerts, because that helps them raise money. They've been trying to get to me for years, bro. Years. But, you know, Ebro in the morning on the YouTubes. Subscribe. I told y'all they was hunting. I told you they was hunting. And we gonna keep talking shit. I told y'all they was hunting. Buckle up, cause we gonna get active. Enjoy your holidays. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your holiday.
So there's his reaction.
Now, I'm gonna cut Andrew. I'm gonna cut Anton off. I'm gonna say this part. That's where he's at. See, I'm trying to say now he's back to being hardcore. He will act like this on Hot 97. Now he's saying like Anton said, like I said. Now he's talking about subscribe to YouTube. Now he's trying to. Now he's back to the curb. Now he's all this and that. Remember he's on there with 50 Cent talking about he's a square. He don't get down like all that. Now he's all of a sudden all pro against anti-government, Netanyahu, all this other stuff, and they're trying to get at him for years. Man, they was already at you, brother. They already. I'm not going there with this, but now he's hollering what Anton Daniels said, and what I was thinking. I'm telling you, any YouTubers, protect yours, man. Everybody got to grind out here. Everybody got to get to the curb and get it. And you know, welcome to the real world, brother. Welcome to the other side. That's all I gotta say. God bless you. Welcome to the other side.
Burnt out, talk a lot, outdated, don't know what he's doing anymore. I hope he saved his money. I hope all of them had a stash and made as much money as they possibly can, because I think that their run is completely over. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll let you guys later. Peace.
I totally agree with you, man. Leave a comment on my reaction video on this one. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Leave a comment down below. I think Anton did a decent justice on this one. I learned something from his moves. He ain't dive into certain things, so I gave a little bit of my opinion into that, and I saw the moves. See, this is when you can see the hustle, and I respect the hustle. I just don't want to get a young YouTuber out here that don't know and get. Well, man, everybody do what they hey subscribe and do what you want to do to anybody. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not no gatekeeper for nobody. But subscribe on to where you wanted to. But just see the moves before they. I just help you see the moves before it happens. You know, I wish you the best. Hey, subscribe, leave a like, turn on notification. See you in the next video, guys. What you think about this reaction? Let me know. I like to hear. Was I on point about this or was I not? What's your opinion? Leave a comment down below.